This is a major COVID-19 update with some really good news that could basically be the end of the pandemic next year. Today, Moderna released results from their phase 3 trial showing 94.5% efficacy in an interim analysis. This is an mRNA-based vaccine, just like Pfizer's, which means it gets injected into your arm, where it expresses a non-infectious viral protein that's used to train your immune system against COVID. After a few days, the mRNA gets degraded and goes away. It does not change your DNA. That's just not how it works. It has to be stored in a minus 20 Celsius degrees freezer, which is much easier to do than minus 70 to minus 80 degrees, which is what Pfizer's requires. Of the first 95 infections in the clinical trial, 90 of those occurred in the placebo group and 11 of those were severe disease. In contrast, only 5 of those infections occurred in the vaccinated group and 0 were severe disease. There were some occasionally mild responses like fever and muscle aches that were short-lived in the vaccinated group. I'm a scientist. Make sure you're following along for further updates, and I want to say thank you to Jessica for being the first person to buy me a coffee from the link in my bio. Long-term effects of the vaccine for COVID-19. A lot of people wonder, if we've only been testing it for 1 year, how do we know that something really bad won't happen 10 years down the line? 2 parts to this answer. 1, we have a good biological understanding of vaccines as well as the body, and so we know what types of adverse events to be looking out for. This is things like inflammatory responses, antibody-dependent enhancement, Guillain-Barré syndrome. These are all real risks for any vaccine development program. That's part of why you run clinical trials, to look for these, as well as to look for efficacy. We also know the time frame that these events typically happen in, which is on the order of days to months, and we're not seeing any serious adverse events to date in the clinical trials. Number 2 is you have to compare the COVID-19 vaccine against a full-blown infection. We know the full infection can cause lung scarring, heart damage, vascular damage, sensory neural deficits, long haulers, symptoms potentially lasting for months, and in some cases death. In contrast, the vaccine is not causing any of those things. And so it seems like both the short and long-term health risks are far greater with the COVID-19 infection than they are with the vaccine.
What's that on your arm?
Oh, this? Oh no, I took the COVID vaccine yesterday.
The fuck? Why would you take that?
Girl, stop. I'm feeling fine.
What? Sash? Sash. What the fuck? Sash!
What?
Bitch, you just fucking froze.
Girl.
What the fuck is wrong? Something is... Oh. Hell no! Sash? Sash? Fuck. Sash? Sash? Bitch, you need to go see a doctor. You just fucking froze.
Girl, you just wiped.
You just... Nope, fuck this, I'm out.